And welcome to Unity tutorial of how to create trees with a terrain. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to take you guys straight into Unity development environment, and we'll put one of these together with the wind. Let's do that now, guys. Hi guys, and welcome to Unity tutorial of how to create trees. First thing first, let's click on this hierarchy, select 3D, and let's grab hold of this terrain. There we go, we have our terrain in there. I'm going to kind of like position this terrain how I want, so it's just okay, that is fine. And I will then add trees. So let's come in here and just go back to the hierarchy, click on the hierarchy, and let's go to 3D again, and that is the tree there. There we go, add the tree. So the tree is right here. I guess you guys can see it. That is the tree. Okay, look at that. So I'm going to select this very tree now, and right in the inspector here, let's click on the branch. There we go, we have a branch already there now. Now you see in this property here, the distribution, you can always increase the group speed. The choice is yours. I'm going to undo that, or let's increase the frequency of the tree, so you can just make that maybe about 20. There we go, you can see the trees everywhere now. Look at that. Okay, now the other thing is the distribution of the tree. It can be random, you can make it alternative, opposite, or wooled. I'm going to make it wooled, and that is the wooled. That's how the wooled looks like. That is it right there. Look at that. Okay, looking at the trees, you can tell it kind of like look horizontal, so let's make it look something more like a tree. It's either we use this growth angle, you can just increase the growth angle. Look at that. Okay, or you can also use something here that is known as 6 the sun. Look at it, 6 sun. You can make that, let's make that approximately 3.0. look at that. You see the 6 sun? That makes it look more like a tree. Alright, so the next thing that I want to do now is, you see right here, you can also change the shape and so on. The choice is yours. That is it. Look at that, you overgrown the tree, or you can reduce that. Okay, you see that. Now let's do one thing. So come back up here, and right here we have the leaves. Click on the leaves. There we go. As you can see, we have something that looks like a piece of paper attached to the trees. Let's increase the frequency of that tree. See, look at the frequency. That's about 20. It's about 23. Okay, we can just make it 24. There we go. So look at the leaves on the tree. Now, one other thing that you guys would need is you need to actually maybe download a sample copy of a tree in maybe online. That is it right there, and the tree back. I already have the tree back, and I have the sample copy of the trees, of the leaves here. Okay, I just download that one on the internet. Now let's select our trees again, make sure the leaf is selected, and come right down here. We need the geometry. There we go, that's the geometry. But before that, you see these two, the tree, the back of the tree, and the leaves itself. I'm going to right click here, and let's create material. The first material, I'm going to call it leaves. There we go. And for this material that is called leaf, I'm going to come straight to the albedo, make sure it's selected, click on this small icon in there, and let's select these leaves. and there we go, that is it, it's attached to that. So let's create another material for the back. That is the other material for the back. We just give it a name, we call it tree back, just call it back, and that is it right there. And go straight to the albedo again, click on that, and let's select the back. That is the back there. Now I'm going to select the tree. So let's come down here, make sure the leaves is also all selected. Come down to where we have the geometry and just change the material of the leaves. Change that to the leaves that I just created now. Where is it? That is it right there. And there. And underneath here you will see some instruction here telling you this material does not use a tree shader. A tree shader has to contain the word leaves or back. So it does contain the word leaves or back anyway, so all I just then need to do is to click on apply. There we go. Once you apply it, this one should become transparent. You see that? Now if you come in here, you can see the leaves. Look at the leaves. You see that, guys? So let's add back to it. Okay, I'm going to just select the branches of the leaves, and let's scroll right down here. Let's go to the geometry and let's click on branch material, and I do have the selected branch here. Let's look for it. Well, oh, there we go, that's it. If you can't find it, you can always search for it here. That is the branch there. See, yes, you can see, look at the branch there. So we come down in here and just click on apply for the branch. There we go, you can see the difference now. Okay, so the branch is added there. That's how you create your own tree. So one other thing that you can do is let's populate this terrain. As you know, this is a terrain, so let's just populate it. Make sure the terrain is selected. Select your terrain and come right here in the properties of the terrain. Let's click on this tree property of the terrain. Come into edit tree, add tree. The tree that I want to add will be this one that we've just created. Let's look for that tree. So click on here, and there we go, that is the tree. Okay, let's click on that, and that is it, is selected. Now click on add, and as you can see, that's the tree right there. It's either you paint the tree on yourself, or you can always come straight to this max place tree. Click on that, and let's select, if you say 1000, we have 10,000 here. This is what's going to happen if I click on 10,000. Click on place 10,000 trees. Look at that, we can't even see anything with the 10,000 trees everywhere. If I run it, that is what you see. Look at it, that's a jungle there, guys. Look at that. Okay, so let's reduce the amount of trees we have on board. So I'm going to come in here, make sure the terrain is selected, and let's select the properties of the terrain again. Select that and come in here. I'm going to click on the tree, and now we click on edit, remove trees. There we go, all the trees are gone. So let's re-add the trees so that we can give it, let's just type in trees there to look for it. There we go, that's a tree. Now click on add. I'm also going to use max tree, and I will reduce that to about, let's go for 3,000. Yeah, there we go, we have 3,000 trees on board. Look at that, guys. See, you see that? So the other thing we have to do now that we can do is we can just apply wind to the trees. So let's come in here and just apply wind to the trees. Come right here, go back to your hierarchy and go to 3D objects, select wind zone. There, that is it. The wind zone is selected. Here you can increase the frequency of the wind, the turbulence of the wind. Right now is 1, and with 1, check this out. Let's run it and see. Look at it, that is just with 1. Supposing we decide to increase the turbulence, let's make it about 5, and look at 5. Look at that, guys. So 5 is not ideal. Let's go for 1. 1 is more manageable. And the other thing is we can reposition our camera properly so that we see more of these trees. So let's get hold of the camera, move it up so that you guys can see it. And let's add skybox to the sky itself. So I'm going to go to projects. I believe you guys have this very asset, all sky free. I'm just going to grab one. So I'm going to grab the epic blue and just dump one of them in there, that we make our program look a bit, yeah, that will do. And the other thing that I would like to do now is I'm going to change the appearance of the terrain. So select the terrain and let's go straight to the settings here. Click on setting, and that should bring all of this information here. If you can see the setting, let's assume the setting is not there. Okay, just assume it's not there. That is it here. You have to click here. You see this? That is the setting there. I'll scroll right down. We look for a material for it. You see where we have the material. I'm going to click on that, and let's look for anything just to change the look of the look of the terrain. So I'm just going to maybe grab these branches. There we go. It's not good enough, but I think that will do. Right. So let's run it and see how that looks like anyway. Let's run. There we go. At least the ground kind of like look a little bit different. So guys, with that I'm going to call it the end of this tutorial. I suppose you guys enjoyed. Now you should know how to create trees. So with that I'm going to say bye for now.